If evil is repaid for evil, then it is revenge. If kindness is rewarded with kindness, then it is a normal thing. If good is repaid for evil, it is wrong. But if evil is repaid for good, it is noble and commendable. What appears to be generosity is often nothing more than a veiled ambition which neglects petty interests in pursuit of larger interests. Good luck must be faced like the health of our bodies, meaning enjoy it when it's good and be patient when it's bad. Arrogance is caused more by speech than by reason. Tastes can change, but tendencies don't change. Pride never wants to go into debt, and pride never wants to pay for it. Don't forget the essence of love. There are some honest women who are not tired of their profession. Nature creates abilities. Luck complements it with opportunity. There are bad qualities that make great talent. True love is like a ghost where everyone talks about it but few see it. Absence is like the wind to love. It kills small love, but ignites great love. Why always find fault with others? We don't get anything in return. Not being trusted by our friends is more shameful than being deceived by them. Mistakes are always forgiven when one has the power to admit them. Those who do not find satisfaction in themselves will seek it in vain elsewhere. The splendor of funerals is seen more in the arrogance of the living than in the honor of the dead. Adolescents are continuously poisoned. It is a fever of sense. There is only one love, but there are 1,000 different copies. Our goodness is the evil that is most often hidden. It's not enough to have great quality, you also have to have economy. There are many good cripples, and there are those who are ashamed of their good qualities. There are people who will never fall in love if they have never heard of love. What we take for good is often simply a collection of various actions and interests that benefit or industry we know how to regulate. What makes other people's pride unbearable is what hurts our hearts. Desire often fools the most skilled people and often makes the dumbest people smart. It's a great skill to know how to hide one's skills. We found almost no sensible people except those who, in our opinion, we don't hate all those who have bad qualities, but we hate all those who have no good. Luck makes our virtues and vices appear when light makes objects appear. Trust provides more conversation than thought. We all have enough strength to support others who are sick. It's harder to hide feelings than to pretend you don't have them. Reasonable people often feel ashamed without the company of fools. Nothing so much prevents us from being natural as the desire to appear to be. There are bad people who will be less harmful if they have no kindness. Good grace is in the body. What is good means is in the mind. What makes few people happy in conversation is that everyone is more concerned about what he means than what the other person is saying. The surest way to be cheated is to think of yourself as more cunning than others. The love of justice in most men is simply the fear of suffering injustice. In the first passion, women love lovers. In others, they love love. He who imagines he can do without the world deceives himself, but he who imagines the world cannot do without him is still more mistaken. Desire often fools the most skilled people and often makes the dumbest people smart. If we fight our passions, it is more because of their weakness than our strength. If I advance, follow me. If I back off, kill me. If I die, take revenge on me. We promise according to our expectations and we keep it according to our fears. We love those who admire us, but not those we admire. We wouldn't want anything with passion if we knew exactly what we wanted. Absence is like the wind to love. It kills small love, but ignites great love. As a person gets older, he becomes wiser and dumber. The sun and death cannot look at each other. Why do we have enough memory to remember even the smallest oddities of what has happened to us, and that we don't have enough to remember how many times we have told them to the same person? The confession of most men is just a secret desire to receive greater benefits. One can be better than the other, but not better than the other. The most obvious sign of being born with extraordinary qualities is being born without envy. No one deserves to be praised for his kindness if he does not have the power to be evil. All other good, more often than not, is laziness or the impotence of desire. What makes lovers and their lovers not bored to be together is that they always talk to themselves. There are certain faults that, well implemented, are more than good in themselves. There are people who are so light and frivolous that they are as far from having a real flaw as a solid quality. There are good marriages, but nothing good. There is a kind of height that does not depend on luck. It is a certain atmosphere that sets us apart and seems to define us for great things. It is the price we imperceptibly set on ourselves. There is such a thing as a general revolution that changes human tastes because it changes the fate of the world. It is a tedious disease to maintain your health with too much diet. How can we claim that others can keep our secrets if we can't keep them for ourselves? Some people have sufficient wisdom to choose reproach, which is useful, for praise that deceives them. However rare true love is, it is less than true friendship. In the human heart, new passions are forever born. The overthrow of one almost always means the resurrection of the other. There is only one kind of love, but there are 1,000 different copies. There must be a certain proportion between action and design if we are to get all the effects they can produce. Great souls are not those who have less passion and more virtue than others, but only those who have a greater design. We rarely find people ungrateful as long as we think we can serve them. We'd rather talk bad about ourselves than talk about it. Most people judge others only by the clothes they have or by their wealth. Jealousy is always born with love, but she doesn't always die with it. The desire to appear skilled often prevents him from doing so. Sovereign ability is to know the price of goods well. The splendor of funerals is more for the pride of the living than for the honor of the dead. Hypocrisy is the reverence that turns virtue into virtue. Trust to please is often an unpleasant way. The biggest penetration mistake is not getting to the point, it's to get past it. Absence reduces petty passions and increases great passions, for the wind extinguishes candles and ignites fire. When our hatred is too strong, it puts us under the one we hate. The height of ability consists in a thorough knowledge of the real value of things and the genius of the times in which we live. We are closer to loving those who hate us than to those who love us more than we would like. We always love people who admire us, and we don't always like people we admire. We like to see other people, but we don't like other people to see us. We are never so happy or unhappy as we imagine ourselves to be. Listening well and answering well is one of the greatest perfections to be had in conversation. It is a great folly to wish to be wise alone.